want these things to be as perfect as they can be inside of here. So take time and clean them. Those look awesome. Okay, so these are cleaned up. We're basically just going to put it back together, just like we took it apart. Drop one of those in the hole. Okay. Just heat that thing back up, put a little solder on it, and you're good to go. Do the back side too. Looks good. Okay. And do the others. You see that one right there? It's up a little bit. And we got to get that down and get a good solid connection on there. So just heat that back up, put a little pressure, and it'll drop down to where it's supposed to be. And that looks good. Okay, one other thing I wanted to show you. You can take these buttons for your fire buttons off and clean them. You can. It's a big pain in the butt. So, an option to try without doing that, get a little squeeze bottle like this, and I want to put a little alcohol on the underside here. If you put it in the top in this hole on here, it's not going to do anything. All your connections are under here. So get down in there with your alcohol and give it a good shot, and give it a million blasts after that. Maybe another one to rinse it. The alcohol will all be dried up by the time you get it back together. So we'll try that. And do the same thing on this side. Shot right in there. Another one to rinse it. Okay, and I am going to blow this out off the bench. We have taken these apart, cleaned these out underneath. We polished, we treated that metal. That's going to work like new. We have hosed out both of these switches. Hopefully that's good and going to hold up. And we've also soldered on all our wires. So just clean everything up, and we're going to throw it back together. I'm going to put these buttons on first, because this goes down in the bottom of the bottom. Sits like so. And this piece here, you see, it's square. It goes in a square hole. This number pad is disgusting. And while it's open is the best time to clean it. Alright, Robert. As long as this ribbon cable connection is still good, hopefully, because it's the only thing I didn't mess with in here. But these should be good. This should be good. We will test that out when we test out the system. Let's see, get that little clip in there, in the bottom. Just this together like that. Easy enough. Okay, everything's lined up. Good. Now hold a little pressure back up here. Get a couple of top screws in first. Alright, Robert. Looks pretty good. Just make sure there's no hairs or junk in the way in those holes. Clean those up too. Okay, there is the controller back. Okay. Coleco, 1982. What were you doing in 1982? I was 9, so I was probably playing Atari because I didn't have a ColecoVision. Okay, that's the finished. This is the before of the other one. Yeah. It'll look better, trust me. Alright, what else do we have to do? This, who knows what it is? It's a mystery. So the only good thing about having a label gone is you can open these up to clean them. But you don't really need to with ColecoVision cartridges because you can get to what you need to get to from the outside. So we're going to give these 3 a quick clean, and then we're going to test out the system and see how it goes. Now, Robert, we had an unfortunate accident here. Centipede, which is an awesome game. When I opened up the box, I ripped the label off by accident. I am sorry about that. But I'm going to glue it back on there, and we'll see if we can make it just fine. Since this one doesn't have a label, I want to do a little experiment here. I'll show you guys something about cleaning cartridges. Okay. Ta-da! That's what's inside of your ColecoVision games. So I want to show you, and I'm going to zoom up here because this is important. Okay, we got a good shot of those pins, right? When you're playing your system and your games don't work, and this was classic with Nintendo NES, you'd take your cartridge out and you blow in it and you put it back in there and it would work. Well, sorry that your magic spit didn't actually fix anything. What it did was actually bad. So your spit lubed up the oxidization that builds up on here. So this is dry as could be. I have some alcohol here. I'm just going to do this side. Alright, so I'm in the game room. This isn't working. I'm going to spit in it here, and I'll put it back in the system. Now it works because this is wet. So the wetness is making the connection between the pins. But you can see here, and I cleaned this side, and you can still see marks on the pins. They're kind of gross, right? Look at, I clean it. Yeah, let me clean it twice with alcohol. Okay, that's a good cleaning, and it looks better a little bit, but not bad, not much. Now here's where treating the metal is important. Get some fresh Bright Boy here. A little bit on the Q-tip. I'm just going to do this other side. Watch. Okay. And a Q-tip to wipe that off and buff it. Now, did you just see that happen in front of your eyes? Because I did. Let me buff this a little bit more with paper towel. I'm going to buff the whole thing. As you saw me clean this side. Look at the difference there. This is buffed and polished. This is cleaned with alcohol. This looks a lot better to me. So I'm going to do this side that I already did with the alcohol. Again, I'm just going to buff that off there. Treat it, shine, and polish the metal. Look at that. Treated, shined, and polished. That's what cleaned pins look like. This is the same cleanness you want underneath those switches. And anything that makes a connection like this, your cartridge slot, your expansion ports, anything that makes a metal-on-metal connection is gonna get oxidized, and you need to clean that off of there. Or you can keep spitting in your games and spit in your system and have that moisture make the connection, and you could be like, oh great, it works, I fixed it. And you didn't fix it. You're doing a lot more damage, because the acid in your mouth, in your spit, eats away those pins so bad that they will be gone. And look at that. That is beautiful. I don't even know what it is. It just says Coleco. But I know it's clean, and I'm fairly positive it's going to work. Something else I have to fix for Robert, because I broke it, is the label for Centipede. It's awesome, and I screwed it up. Here's how we're going to fix it. Bam, double-sided tape. Okay, so we've double-sided tape on there. And I just have to get that off. Get off the backing of the double-sided tape so we can stick this thing back on here. Okay, and the labels go this direction. Awesome. Alright, Robert, there is your ColecoVision back together, and I cleaned it up because this is a really nice looking machine, and I figured it would look good clean. These controllers have been gone through. You saw everything that went through in this thing. Crazy. And I went through your games too, and I cleaned up your games. This is my all-time favorite game, just about. And this is awesome, and we're going to try it out here. Here we go. Fingers crossed. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's a little staticky. Like I say, I know I've got a goofy line here, but I think you'll find it's very clear. There's the skills. Let's see. Pick number 1. Peter Pepper, he's on move. Oh well. Controls feel good and tight in this thing. Everything's responsive. ColecoVision rocks. This game is really good. So anyway, Robert, thank you very much for letting us fix this machine for you and get it going, keeping another machine alive out there in the world and for everyone to play, you to play, and this thing's great. I think it's going to last you a long time. You saw the controller ground mod in there. That is really good. That's really handy to have done already. That's going to save you from shorting out those ground chips. RAM seems good. Everything else seems good. This thing is a good machine. This is really good. I hope your power supply is good because I know it's heavy, so you didn't send me yours, but it should be good. If you plug this in and it doesn't work now, I think we're going to think maybe your power supply isn't working. But this thing is rocking. This thing is awesome. ColecoVision is a monster. 2021 ColecoVision is still a great retro machine with great games. There's Robert's game collection. Cleaned up the pins, cleaned up the games. Got them all working except for 4. I don't know. 4 of them were just goofy on me, so whatever. But you still have a lot of games at work, and the thing is awesome. So that is all for this episode of Meet Me in the Game Room. This was an awesome fix. This was a great time, and we're gonna send this thing back out to Robert and get this thing back to him. If anybody else wants us to work on something or try to get something working for them, let us know. Get a hold of us through the email in the channel, or leave us a message on the channel. Either way, we'll get back to you. And this is great. And we are up to 94 subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Game on, peeps. Alright, well, you saw Donkey Kong before this thing was fixed, and it had all lines through it and looked like junk. So now this thing is working. Let's see what Donkey Kong looks like. Maybe we can get a little side-by-side comparison happening on get it up there. Looks like Donkey Kong now. I thought I knew how to play Donkey Kong. Saved her. And one of the little ghosts from the Ghostbusters game got into this game. I don't know what those things are. They look like the ghosts from the Ghostbusters game. If they were jittery, they would move like them too. Wow, that's a weird glitch. Dead Mario. Oh well, that's still pretty awesome, and this looks a million times better than it did the first time you saw it. I think this is all good. That's all for that. What do you think of that, baby?
Good job.
Thank you.